Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to yet another video. In this video, we are going to go over our first and hopefully last experience with this. But we finally had a blowout with the fifth wheel. I was on I-4 in, no, is it I-4? No, I'm in Florida now, sorry. We're on I-40 cutting across Tennessee, and I had a blowout. And I'm going to go over a little bit of that, some footage of that, and let you guys see. I do have some new shoes on our rig, but you know, just don't procrastinate. It's not good. Just get some new tires if you need them, especially, you know, if they don't have the best tires on when you buy your unit. Go ahead and put some new tires on, because the last thing you want to do is go through what we went through.
That sucks.
Horse feathers.
All right, so this is what's left. Look at that face. She looks so upset. Smile, babe. Completely ripped the fender off, and it's currently in my truck, but I've got the spare on there. Oh, hey, I know. They said it'd be cool if the propane line got ripped off too, so why not? So yeah, currently here getting some new Goodyear tires. Hopefully on Friday. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. You know, they're not going to do anything tomorrow, but I like what's going on right now in travel life. Flat tire, check. Busted propane line, check. $640 for tires, also check. But you know what? Everybody's safe. Jen and Cooper were not in the car with me, so it was just me. So we're just getting back to the Camco RV and Marine place that we're gonna have the camper fixed at. About 2 miles down the road is a place called Bailey Tires. We've got 4 new Goodyear Endurance 10-ply tires on our rig, and now we've got it parked in their holding lot to get looked at this coming Wednesday, which is 2 days from today. As of now, everything that I've seen, just the wheel well got completely ripped off, as you can see. I mean, it's plastic, kind of did its job. The screws are still in there, so maybe we'll just get a new fender put on and some cosmetic stuff under here. The only thing I'm really concerned about right now is this little thing right here. It's our propane line. That's kind of important. I'm hoping it just ripped out of here and the emergency shutoff valve kicked in for us. So I'm hoping that that's really the only damage that we have, which if that's the case, we're very lucky, because going 60 miles an hour on I-40 was not fun. To have a blowout completely, just nothing but smoke and sparks. So if they tell me, hey, we're just going to put a new fender on and replace the whole propane line just to be safe, I'll be happy and very thankful. All right, so we got a funny story going on here. As many of you know by now, we had a little water leak. We had some stuff we had to get done with our unit. And in preparation for the unit going to the shop, we took everything out of the refrigerator and freezer, put it in coolers, and Jen put a towel inside the freezer so that way when everything thawed out in the freezer, you know, you don't get a lot of water in there and build up mold or whatever. So she put a towel up in the freezer, and we failed to take the towel out of the freezer, and we've been in it now for a couple nights. And this is kind of what we got going on here now. It's a frozen towel. Like, it just can't get it out. So the reason why I was where we were at, thank God Jen was not with me, or Cooper. We had a little small water leak and a little bit of an elbow cold water line under our coffee bar. And so I took it to the shop. We had some electrical issues as well, so I wanted to have, you know, a professional look at that and get it fixed for us. I mean,
it was like sizzling in my ear.
Yeah, she's like, there's some sparking or sizzling sound. I'm like, sizzling? Okay, we're gonna take this to get looked at. So, but anyways, I took it, got up early, went to get it. Everything was fixed. I was literally 20 minutes from our campsite in Tennessee, and I was just in my own little world, relaxing. I didn't have Cooper yelling in my background. I was actually just relaxing and driving, and then boom, it happened. But I'm very thankful, you know, that it happened the way it happened, because we procrastinate at times, as do many of you guys. I'm sure you can pick out aspects of when you procrastinate, but this was the Lord's way of telling us, hey, get some new shoes on her, you know. So they told us we were gonna have to get new shoes when we bought it, you know, come springtime, but we just didn't quite make it there. So I can't keep our fridge cool during transit now. We have to put it on the highest setting the night before and just run with it, which we don't try to travel any more than 3-4 hours tops on travel days. We're not big believers in driving for 6 or 7 hours. It's super exhausting, especially you guys that do it full time as well. You know, it's exhausting. It's a lot.
Especially when you bounce from like every few days or every week. It's like, that's a lot of
it's
travel.
a lot of packing up and moving, but it's fun. It's part of it. And so we got that damage on the propane line. It's gone. And also my fender or wheel well, I don't really know which one you're going to go with there, but one of those pieces, it got ripped off too because it's cheap plastic. It's more of a cosmetic, cover up the bad workmanship on these cutouts and stuff. But at any rate, it's other than that, there's no other damage. We got very lucky. I'm glad
thankful
they didn't have to wait on the side of the interstate with me for an hour and a half to get the tire changed. And you know,
me and my mom came
to
go
Wally.
help, I guess you can say, or emotional support.
They kept me company, you know.
But we watched the guy come and change the tire. He changed it literally from under the vehicle, because I know you don't know my measurements here, but literally about 2 or 3 feet 2 or 3 feet from the highway he was, because we couldn't go too far because there was a dip, and he literally changed that tire from underneath our rig.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive.
I was praying so hard for that guy.
Those guys have a really dangerous job. He said that, I think it was 30 tow truck drivers a month in the United States lose their life from doing stuff like that on the side of the road. So if you can and you're on the highway and you gotta, you know,
watch out for them.
Anybody on the side of the road, you're supposed to get over. It's a law in most states, if not all states. It should be. Get over. Don't, like, if you can't, you can't. You know, it's one of those things. But if you can, pay attention and just get over for those guys, because it's dangerous. I mean, I've done a couple dangerous jobs myself, but nothing compares to that. I would not do that. I mean,
I was freaking out for him.
Yeah, it's a scary situation. So, moral of the story is, don't procrastinate. Get everything taken care of that you need to, especially when it comes to safety of travel or operations of the rig. You know, don't let it go.
But luckily, we were at my mom and grandmother's in town visiting. So if we weren't there, it would have costed us God knows how much in hotel stay, because we were there for like 2 weeks at her house.
Yeah, it would have been $2 or $3 grand probably.
Yeah, our dog and our 2-year-old son at my grandmother's house. Oh my goodness, it was cram packed, but I am so thankful for her, because she saved us a ton of money staying there. So thank God we were that close to her, and we didn't have to worry about having another place to stay.
It's just another reason or example of, you know, things happen when they're supposed to happen, and
for a reason.
Yeah, thank God that everything kind of fell into place, you know, given the circumstances. It was the best case scenario.
He's like, hey, y'all need new tires.
Yeah, don't wait.
So a little background to the name of our rig. We called her morning, noon, and night. On the radio, after we got her, on the commercial, there was a guy that was saying that the car dealership was open morning, noon, and night. Morning, noon, and night. Yeah,
and it was so funny. Jen literally cracked up hysterical laughing for a good, I would say, like a solid 15 minutes. She had tears. You guys know when you get to where your stomach hurts and you can't stop laughing. This one over here was doing that, because the guy, it was just like, I know we have a country accent, but this guy was like the hills of Tennessee. You could tell he was like morning, noon, or night. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like,
you can come anytime, morning, noon, and night.
Yeah. So that's what we went with, because we couldn't figure out a name for our rigs. If you guys are watching, give us some ideas. I mean, what are y'all's names for your rigs out there? Let us know your truck and your trailer. I'm curious on what you guys call your rigs and your houses.
If you've seen the show, The 100, you'll know why we named her Octavia.
Yep. So if you watch the show, Octavia is this that's gonna be horse feathers.
Horse feathers.
That's gonna be horse feathers.
Anyways, Octavia is this warrior chick in the 100, which is one of our favorite shows that we've watched, and she's bad to the bone, and so we named our truck Octavia. Huh?
You said bad to bone. Sounds like
George Thorogood. Okay, yeah, I got you.
But luckily, now I go.
Yeah, now you go. It's when that thing hits 1 up there is when we start talking, honey. Blooper. And action.
So here's a little back wrap.
Did you say a brack ground? A brack ground? Okay.
Neat. Redo. What was I saying?
Oh, we're talking about morning, noon, or night.
Okay.
Okay.